This evening, President Obama claimed progress against the ISIS terrorist group in Syria. He said that ISIS has lost 40% of its territory, cut the pay of its troops, and is reduced to using civilians as human shields. But the wider war in Syria is not going Mr. Obama's way. American-backed rebels are on the run. The forces of the Assad dictatorship are advancing for the first time in years because of Russian air support and Iranian troops. It is rare for a reporter to get into Syria, but our Elizabeth Palmer covered the dictator's advance today through an apocalyptic land.
This used to be a neighborhood. Now it's a battlefield, where the Syrian army says it's got the enemy on the run.
There's just been an airstrike behind me. We're about 5 miles from the center of Damascus, and the Syrian army is trying to clear this suburb of opposition fighters. There is certainly no ceasefire here at the moment, and there's not going to be anytime soon.
Salmer, one of the Syrian soldiers, takes us to see the buildings half a mile away where he says the rebels are now hiding. Overhead, we can hear the helicopters scouting their target. Then...
What are they hitting, Summer?
They're terrorists, he says.
Those are barrel bombs, Summer? Yeah.
Barrel bombs are basically canisters filled with explosives rolled out of a chopper. They're cheap, but horribly inaccurate.
And are there any civilians left over there?
No, he says, only fighters. But there are fighters' families, too, cowering under the attacks. Nearby, we enter tunnels the soldiers say were dug by fighters with the al-Qaeda-linked al-Nusra Front, where they hid and fought for years. General Yusuf, the man in charge, leads the way through ruins he now controls.
You're still using airstrikes in the suburb in order to fight Nusra?
Yes, he says, because they're dangerous for Syria and the world, so we're justified in using any weapons that are legal. But that means that when this overstretched and undertrained army does gain ground, its victories look like nothing more than a few blocks of rubble. But the truth is, Scott, that by now all sides in this war are completely exhausted. And unlikely as it sounds, just a couple of suburbs over, the army has actually reached a mini truce with the rebels to allow food and supplies to reach civilians.
Elizabeth Palmer with rare first-hand reporting inside Syria tonight. Elizabeth, thank you.